Alright, so I'm going to show the footwork that I do, and I haven't been practicing this lately, but I want to get back into the habit of doing it. Just simple stuff you can do at home. Ear and knee is very basic. Backwards and forwards are in your hanmi, which modern hanmi, your back foot is here, your front foot points out. That's the modern Aikido hanmi. I have that directly from Kawahara Sensei. Anything else is old school. I know the Yoshinken guys still do this old school one. So you do 10 irimi on one side, 10 on the other. Keep everything nice and light. Move from your hips. See what we got here. Weight slightly forward. Irimi. Now you can do tenshin number 1. Step back and over to the side. Tenshin number 1. Do 10 of these on each side. The other side. Tenshin number 1. You can see I'm stepping back out that way. Tenshin number 2 is I step back and out that way. You do these. Move from your hips. At least I can move from my hips when I'm doing this sort of practice. On my own, I don't seem to be able to do it very much when I'm actually doing techniques with somebody. But at least I am able to do it, I think, anyway. Right back on that angle. Let me see if I get this right here. Right back on that angle. Tenshin number 2. My old dojo used to call this tenshin number 3. Is that right? No, they used to call it, I can't remember, it's a foot change anyway. So when you make your hands go up and down the center line, it's just center line practice. The Yoshinken guys are really big on this whole center line practice. Most of their training up until they get their black belt, you'll notice they've got their hands here. This is all center line practice. It makes a lot of sense. Looks a little bit silly, but it makes a lot of sense. And so you do it when you're doing this foot change. So that's one of the ones you do. And then of course you got your tenkai, which is this. Your weight's on your back foot. Switch to the other one. Tenkai. Do 10 of those. Do 20 because it's there is not really one side or the other to this. You're just going from one side to the other. So do 20 of those. Tenkai. Tenkan, of course, off the line. And turn. And make your hands do the silly thing too while you're doing it. So your foot goes off the line. And then scoop down and up. That's the silly thing, yeah. So, off the line, and turn, and then back. Do 10 on each side. 10 on each side. Now, then you can do double tenkan, step, tenkan, step, tenkan, step, tenkan, step, tenkan. Now for doing this sort of thing, I hear some people say, make sure your head doesn't bob, and I also see some people that want you to go up and down. So the only advice I have is to make sure you know which one you're doing. Make sure you know, like right now I don't think my head is bobbing up and down, and that is bobbing up and down. The thing with bobbing up and down is you go up, when you're coming down you have your weight working in your favor, if you're performing a technique, that little bit of extra distance is weight working in your favor. So double tenkai, you can do short ones. I'll go sideways here. You can do little short ones, like this, and there I am bobbing when I'm doing that one. Or you can do really long ones. See how long you can get them. Now, there's a couple from my old dojo that I've never seen anyone do at the new dojo. They're very stylistic. There's a lot of techniques that are based on that basic move. You got a strike and then a technique. So you've got your atemi and then everything unfolds. So atemi and everything unfolds. Atemi, everything unfolds. And hips, of course, do as I say, not necessarily as I do. That, do 10 of those on each side. And the other one, of course, is, let me think, how does that go exactly? I always used to have trouble with this. Basically just doing this. There's a lot of, you know, like that, for example, a lot of techniques based on that. So you do 10 of those on each side, and I was never great at that. You can get your hips going a bit. And I think that's it for all the footwork. Let me think. I believe that is it, so I'm going to practice that now on my own.